Guys, as you can see, and by the title, we are going to build yet another modular building for the upcoming city. And not just any modular building, this here is one of Mrs. L's favourites. I must admit, Mrs. L is always talking about this. Mrs. L really, really likes this set. So this is set number 10264, and this is the corner garage. Now, 2019 this came out, which it blew my brain a little bit. I know we're in 2026 now, but when you think about it, 7 years ago this came out. I genuinely thought it was a lot earlier than that. I thought we were talking early 2000s, so it just goes to show how quickly time goes and how quickly things go. So we've got, as you can see just over here, a Mills plate ready to put this straight onto. I've got my sorting tray that I'm going to use because historically the older modulars are only in a handful of bags. So bag 1 is going to have quite a lot of pieces, bag 2 is going to have quite a lot of pieces, and so forth. Yeah, it's normally quite a challenge, some of these older ones. We've done away with the digital instructions. I'm going to go old school and use the instructions that are in the box, mainly because they're of landscape format rather than portrait. They're portrait rather than landscape? I don't know. I always get confused. Which is landscape, Mrs. L? Now I'm putting... Horizontal. Horizontal. Okay, so they're portrait rather than landscape. They are portrait rather than landscape. So it makes it a little bit easier. I don't mind the old school instructions. And they're a bit of a challenge. So yeah, so we're going to get on with this. You can see, or you will see at the end, we've got a handful of minifigs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minifigs. A couple of cool little elements. If we just spin it round just for you to have a quick look, you can see the kind of lineup that they put it with. So we've got corner garage, downtown diner, and I think that's Assembly Square that I can see. Yes, it is. So we've got Assembly Square there. We've built that. Me and Mrs. L built that on a live. The video is up. We haven't built Assembly Square yet, but we do have Assembly Square. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, no, I think we're all right. Oh, I've got a cold. And then we've got corner garage. So, I guess, rather than me just yabbering on, we should get to it. I am going to hyperlapse build this because I know a lot of you quite like the hyperlapse builds. And then what I'll probably do is I'll cut back in for a quick review at the end of each level. So there's 3 distinct levels in this building. I think maybe even 4. 1, 2, no, 3 distinct levels. And then we'll come back right at the very end and we'll talk about the latest modular addition to the TTB family. Let's get going. The base level, obviously straight in with the octane. This is printed. So there's 2 printed pieces there. We've got a couple of those minifigs. Again, all printed pieces on this set. And that kind of octane colorway, the greens, the reds and the whites, follows through all the way on the building, all the way around over here. You know, it just looks stunning. we have the garage door that kind of goes up and down on this little wheel here. Is a very, very cool element. And if you guys can see inside of there, we have ramps, car ramps that move as well. So you can put a little car on there, take your car up. Big fan of that. It's a proper garage. It's very, very cool. So let's just kind of pop you guys inside so you can have a quick look. If we just zoom in. Right. So you see, we've got a mechanic down there with man's best friend, his pooch, changing a tyre. Somebody's left a $100 bill right there on the counter. Hopefully that stays there. And then the door at the other side, which is over here, leads up these stairs into the animal care hospital. No wall here, so be careful you don't fall off the stairs, but you know, still looks really cool. We have that rear door here. Just zoom out again, spin you guys around. As I said, that colourway, the greens, the reds, and then into the white. And then we've got an oil can out back, or gas can out back, and this is that element that controls that ramp. Very cool, very simple. I'm a big fan of that. And yeah, we come round to the animal hospital door. Great way of doing a tree. And then some more minifigs. And then back to the front of Joe's garage. So that is the base level. Let's take a look at the first level now. Okay, so here we go. We've put the first floor on. Just zoom in so you guys can see there. That says Dr. Jones Animal Care, but it also says no snakes. So if you've got a snake, you can't bring it here. So again, lovely. Got that nugget colour. I think that's what it's called. I love that. And then some great detail inside of here. So we've got the waiting room. Obviously you come up the stairs around here, just sorry, around the back of there, into the waiting room. There's a parrot there. Love that. And then the door to the vet's office, and then inside the vet's office we have the almost like path lab element, so that they can check. Let's get you a bit of better light on this. There we go. So you've got that path lab element. The vet over there giving a bunny a once over, checking Mr. Bunny's all right, or Mrs. Bunny for that matter. And then over there, does it come with a Lego frog? Yes, it does. And then the desk over there. Again, quite basic interior, but I really like it. It's really simple. So there we go. That is the first floor on. Let's get the second floor. Second floor is in a lot of glass element windows. Obviously some nice like green foliage. This is meant to be somebody's apartment, clearly. Come up those stairs, and then over on the back here, I'm a big fan of that. There's a little train on the back of there on that wall. Reminds me of the train that's coming up in the Brickling series soon. Got a nice uncomfortable bed by the looks of it. Nice little cooking area. And then he's got his stairs up. And then in this little room here, if I can get the door open, look at that. He's got himself a little toilet with a flusher and everything. Love that. Although, some holes in his windows. And then, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when I built this, this was a cool rotatable TV down here. So that there is a rotatable TV. A very 70s and 60s. Big fan of that. And then, yeah, the stairs up to the roof terrace. So let's put that roof on, and then we'll have a little final look at it. And there we go, that is the roof. So I'll show you what it looks like from the front, just so you get an idea. There we go. All in, all together. And then that roof, very basic. He's got a sun lounger. They've got some plants. And then I'm a big fan, so the stairs actually do lead up to this little loft hatch there. So yeah, that, ladies and gents, is the now long retired corner garage. You will have to excuse the mess over here. Mrs. Allen is in the middle of sorting, I don't know, 30-40 kilos of Lego, because she is an absolute superstar. We are getting things in full swing for this city. So yeah. So that is the corner garage. I'm going to bring you guys back across just so you can get my final thoughts, and let's wrap up what I believe has been one of the best retired modulars I've built. I've really enjoyed that. Go on, Joe. What does it say? Joe's Garage. Ah, you can't quite see it, but it says, by accident, we meet. Big fan of that. Oh, hang on. Come on, Joe. Get your truck in there, pal. Oh, no, you need to put your... There we go. Oosh. Joe's got his truck in. Guys, so there we go. That, as you've just seen, was the build of the corner garage. We've gone into each level. We've kind of given you a detailed breakdown of the interior, of what's inside it. I really enjoyed that build. I know we've done a couple of the older modulars now, and I think this kind of just re-emphasizes the point that sometimes a little bit of simplicity goes a long way. I think when we look at some of the more modern modulars, as beautiful as they are, Tudor Corner, fantastic. Shopping Street, not built it yet, but looks beautiful. I've already seen a couple of rebrickables for Shopping Street that really pop. One of them by Brick Artisan, which is chef's kiss. So yeah, I'm just going to turn this around just so I can see. I am a big fan of this. We've got the vets, obviously, that we've shown you. Oh, sorry, the animal care. And we've got the top layer, we've got the roof with that cool little, oh my days, that thing I've just broke. Let's just do this live. Stick that back on, the sun lounger, the doors to get up to the roof, and even the stairs inside, which is really cool. There's a lot of thought process gone into how the stairs work and how they come up and how that all works. We've got the roller shutter door. We've obviously got the truck, the recovery truck. So yeah, I am a big fan of all things corner garage. I can't wait to get this into a city. A little bit of a sneak insider information. Mrs. L is working on a current rebrickable modular for the city right now. She is doing what was the original downtown. So that set was a little bit janky, one of the city downtown sets. I'm really excited. It's looking amazing so far. We are full steam ahead for the city builds. I don't think we're going to be too far off now being able to create our first like street almost. So I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited to see where we can get with this. I've seen all sorts of other people do it. A load of other people do cities. Some people do a city as in on a big table. Some people do cities as in multi-levels with their limited space. And they all look utterly unbelievable. I do not genuinely imagine that ours is going to look anywhere near as good as some of them to begin with. But given a couple of years and some time and some more modulars, I'm a pretty creative person, so is my wife. I think we're going to be able to create something pretty special. And I've got some pretty unique ideas. Some pretty unique ideas that I don't really see many other people doing, or I've not seen anybody else do yet. We shall see. We shall see if I can pull them off, because I don't have the biggest Lego skill set. Like, there is some unbelievable people out there with what they can create. I am not that person yet. But we shall see what happens. I'm going to put a post up in the community on YouTube, so please make sure you comment on that post about which days you believe would be best for live streams for you guys, because obviously ultimately this is your channel as much as it is mine and my wife's, and we want to try and make sure that you guys get what you want. They will be just kind of builds and behind desk lives for now. At some point when we get the city up and running, then we'll probably go to the office. We'll do some live streams from the city of us. It might be really basic, but we might just be landscaping, or we might be building some road plates, or we might be building some train plates, or we might be motorizing something. Who knows? I've got some pretty interesting plans. One of my plans, and I will tell you, because I'm a little bit all over the place with my city at the moment in my head. One of the plans I've got is that I've seen people who integrate the train track into the road. Obviously, so you can have a road and a rail for like a tram element. In my head, I'm like, can I just adjust that ever so slightly and make it look like it's a bus driving down the road? I potentially am going to try, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to make it work, I'll make it look like a normal road, but have train tracks running down the actual road and not off to the centre, not off to the side of the road, and see if we can't motorise a bus and get a bus running around, or some cars running. I don't know. I think I'm just spitballing now. I'm getting ahead of myself, as always. But yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed this video and this kind of in-depth look and build into a now long retired modular, the corner garage. Really excited to get it placed, and hopefully you guys are as well. If you can let me know if you've built this, if you can let me know whether this is kind of on your want list. Does this have a place in your collection, your display? Is it in your city? I'd be interested to know what you guys have done with it, because I'm a big fan. Next up, I think we're going to have another retired modular in this series. So I think we'll go. No, actually, we'll do Shopping Street next. Let's get a Shopping Street built, and then we will do another retired modular. Because at my count, I think we've got 1, 2. Still got 3 retired modulars to go, plus City Gardens. City Gardens or City Markets? City Markets. I need to finish Adventures in Transylvania, which is the Bricklink set that you can maybe just see over here. And yeah, then we need to start thinking about getting some timber bought and creating these tables. Anyway, yeah, but guys, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely hope you've had an amazing week. If you haven't, then there's always next week. Always look forward to what is to come, because we can't change it. Woo-wee. Bit of philosophy there on a Sunday. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And there's no Mrs. L in the house. I can't even get her to say, hang on. And I will see you on the next one. On the next one. Oh, she's going to absolutely kill me. My wife doesn't sound like that. See you later, guys.